From the humble beginnings of an 11th century dilapidated wooden Norman church, Hinchinbrook House stands today as a splendid example of Tudor-style architecture. Located in the fine district of Huntingdonshire, it is a grand sight to behold. The first owners of the site were an order of Benedictine nuns who converted the old wooden church into a priory named St. James at around 1170. The priory stood until 1538, when it was dissolved by King Henry VIII during the Reformation. The Crown owned the property for around 2 years, after which the Cromwell family then took ownership and were given a royal grant to start converting the priory. Less than 100 years later, the Montague family purchased the house in 1627. Thereupon they were granted the title Earls of Sandwich. The most famous was the 4th Earl, John, who made the name an eponymy after spending 24 hours at a gambling table, sustained only by meat placed between 2 slices of bread. The Montagues remained there until 1962. It was then purchased by Huntingdonshire District Council and they opened it as a school in 1970, and there it stands as a school to this very day. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hinchinbrook House. Okay folks, I am here in the library. I mean, this place is just unbelievable. I'm here with Mark Edgerton, who is, I'm very privileged to have Mark here, to be fair, because he actually used to come here as a pupil. Believe it or not, this is a comprehensive school. Can you actually believe that? But yeah, Mark is a member of the Ghost Club as well. So fantastic to have his knowledge here, because he knows if there isn't anything worth knowing about this place, then you know Mark is the guy. That's for sure. So we're going to do like a bit of a I'm going to do a bit of a vigil within this fantastic library, and let's see if we get to them. So kind of I need to put the light, because the room is so big. And I would like to actually do this in the light, not because we're all scaredy cats, but because you can actually see this magnificent room for what it is. Absolutely beautiful. This is the oldest part of the house, isn't it, Mark?
Yeah, the house started here around about 10th century. There was a church here, and it was wooden, and it became dilapidated. And a nearby priory at Eltersley, which is 5 miles from here, they asked if they could convert this dilapidated church into a Benedictine priory. And that happened at about 1170. So there are still elements of that original priory here. And it remained as a priory until Henry VIII dissolved the monasteries in 1536. This building sort of went in 1538. The last prioress here, Alice Wilton, her name was, she died. And basically then it was purchased by the Cromwell family for about 20 quid. And they started to convert it into a Tudor home. And as you can see, it's now more of a Tudor home than a priory.
Yeah. Spirits of the Library at Hinchinbrook House. What an honour and a privilege to be here in this fantastic building. I mean, I don't know, words escape me sometimes with this one, to be fair. Seems a bit of an honour and a privilege to be in here where so many other historical people have probably walked in through the centuries. But if you can see us, or if you can hear us, or if you feel any kind of like presence of us being here whatsoever, if you exist on the same plane as us, and you feel like you might want to reach out and say something, then please do. Will you give us a sign at all that you might be here with us? Either via a tap on any of these lovely wooden bookcases, or any of the tables that we have in this room, any of the chairs. Could you copy this at all? We've got various electronic gadgets as well in this room. I don't see much point in me explaining what they are, because if spirits are meant to be, or said to be, intelligent, you'd probably sick to death of seeing them. So all I'll say is we've got one in the centre of the floor there. I've got another one further up here. And you apparently, if you go anywhere near them, that you can make the lights change on them. Now that just flickered there as I walked up to it, but again, that could be. Did you make that flicker? Or is that just something within this room? Because it is a school, so you know, there's Wi-Fi running right the way through the school. Isn't that right, Mark?
Yes, that's correct, yeah.
So yeah, it could just pick up Wi-Fi as well, so. Did you hear something there before, Mark? Or was that you?
What sort of sound did you
It sounded like a male-ish kind of groan.
Well, I didn't hear it. No. You want me to try calling out?
Please, Mark, yeah.
Is there any spirit people in this room with us, please? Any astral beings? Could I ask you please to step forward and make yourself known? We don't wish you any harm at all. We're just curious to know that you're here. Perhaps you could make a noise or touch one of us. If you're a member of the Cromwell family or the Montague family, who use this room as your living room, Please, could you make some sort of noise to indicate that you're here in the room with us, please?
Are these all original books in here as well, Mark?
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, it looks exactly the same as it was when I was here in. I was here from 1971 to 1978, and the last 2 years, 78 and 77, I was based in this house. My classroom was literally just the other side of that library door. I know when Paranormal Lockdown filmed here, they mysteriously found a book, The Woman in White, because the house is famous for having a white lady that's normally seen in the garden, but I wouldn't read too much into that.
Yes, definitely. No disrespect to Mr. Groff, of course.
No.
Apparently a very nice chap, I've heard. A couple of people have met him. Apparently a quite nice chap.
Yeah, I was here with them both, and they treated me with courtesy and respect.
No, good.
But I just felt that some of the stuff that they came up with was not as conclusive as it should be.
Yes, well, TV shows and such like.
Absolutely. Let's put it this way, they found more in 4 days than I found in 40 years. So.
Well, you can definitely count on TV shows to be showing you all the spooky stuff that happens for real.
Well, the thing is, Mark, that as you know, a lot of times absolutely nothing happens.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make great TV.
No, it doesn't.
So
I think if the TV crews wanted to actually film, I don't know, I'm not saying me personally, but honest paranormal teams, then they'd probably go out of business quite quickly.
yes.
The White Lady that Mark mentions is sometimes said to be that of Martha Ray, mistress of the 4th Earl of Sandwich. She was shot in the head by a jealous suitor and is said to roam the grounds looking for her murderer. So below me are the skeletons that were found here during the just after the fire that would happen here. They had to move the staircase, and these skeletons were found underneath underneath these floorboards in these very ornate stone carved coffins. They are very ornate. I mean, the other ones maybe not as good, but yes, and believe it or not, they are actually real skeletons, not like the fake ones at Chillingham. Bit of a description there, but it shows you how they were found. Artist impression. Apparently, there's just like a stalk over there now, but apparently their teeth were in extremely good condition, so they were believed to be quite wealthy people with good diets, and they are actually older than the priory itself. The priory is around about 1100 or thereabouts, 1150. These were taken off to one of the major universities. I forget which one they are now, either Oxford or Cambridge, and carbon dated, and they are 150 years older than the priory, so very old. So what I was going to do here was just do like a little. I've got some colleagues next door in the library, but once they're gone and it's a bit more quieter, I'm thinking about doing like a little vigil here in this corridor next to this fantastic staircase. I'll show you the staircase whilst I'm here. Maybe beg a little bit more light. Normally the students, it's a sixth form comprehensive, normally the students aren't actually allowed up here, hence the no entry sign here. I mean, look at that for a carved wooden newel post, that is just absolutely unbelievable. Mark will tell me who actually made this, but I think it was the carpenter to one of the royal family at the time, a chap called Kennard. I believe that's right. And also on this staircase, there is a ghost story attached to this staircase that apparently nuns have been seen here. So this is not the original staircase. This was taken from a house in Essex, but it was also a Kennard. So when the fire took over this place, the original Kennard made staircase burnt down with the Great Fire, and they wanted, somebody came in to replace it, but it was quite plain. But they found this house that was being demolished, and they found a Kennard staircase in it, a Kennard made staircase. So they decided to bring it to Hinchinbrook Hall and put it here. Now, as I say, the ghost story goes that nuns have been seen walking down here, but you only see the nuns from, like, say, just below the knees up. So maybe what you might think is that if they are seeing things like that, and if the story is to be believed, then when they fit the new staircase here, they may have got the levels of the staircase wrong, and the ghosts are actually still on the old staircase. So I've come here for just a little lone vigil by these skeletons. I mean, I don't think I'm being disrespectful by it, and it just kind of dawned on me really, but I don't even know why they're still here, but I really must ask Mark that. Maybe there's like a timeline with the ghost past where it doesn't really matter so much, the bones have to be relocated to where they think they may have come from. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I will just go do a bit of kind of calling out and try to be as respectful as I can. Obviously, they may be like quite, close to 1,000, maybe even more than 1,000 years old, but still, let's just keep it respectful. I've got my K2 here as well, for what it's worth. I had it in my pocket. So I'm going to ask, because I am directly above the stairs as well. Obviously, they're directly below the stairs. So I'm just going to see if anybody, any spirits, any entities can hear me whilst I'm here by myself. Would you like to make yourself known to me whilst nobody else is here? Because that would be absolutely amazing if you could. And the skeletons here are exceptionally old. over 1,000 years old. That puts them like probably Saxon period. I mean, I honestly don't know what, if the spirits are here, what you actually think of us. Can you hear us? Or are people seeing things that is a projection of their own mind? Or do spirits actually exist and walk through the same existing plane that we are on there now as today humans? I've been doing this for 3 years now, and I find myself questioning a lot. I definitely find myself questioning why I'm even doing this sometimes. But I'm quite honestly saying the 3 years that I have been doing this, and even all of my life, I've never seen anything. But I started this because I wanted to see if I could come to these old and wonderful holy worldly places, to see if I could find anything, see something for myself. So far, that hasn't happened. You might think that 3 years is not a lot of time, and it's not. I know a lot of people that have actually been doing this for very much more longer than I haven't seen anything. So do ghosts actually exist? I'll tell you one thing that I feel is right. I'm not going to say it is, but for anybody that has that paranormal experience, it's very real for them. Even though nobody else may be with them at the time whilst they get that experience. Ideally what you want is multiple people in the same room at the same time seeing exactly the same thing, to be honest, and to be 100% concrete. But even then, I'm sure there'll be somebody to actually come along and say, well, you're all hallucinating it. Could you make a tap on anything for me, please? Like this. I'm going to tap on this. I'm going to tap on this floor. Could you tap like that at all? Could you possibly take this black box with the green light on? Could you make it go to yellow or orange? If you were here watching me. Next to these remarkable skeletons. Really are remarkable. Found buried here under the floor. Anything to say to me at all? Spirits.
Down into the cellar we go, into the dark and the dank. Roots from the trees above penetrate the ceiling and grip the walls like veins, adding to the atmosphere. What will we find? Let's find out. So we are down in the cellars of Hinchinbrook House. I'm here with Ursula and Lindsay, both members of the Ghost Club. You know Lindsay as well from a few of my videos. And we've got Graham and his good lady Loretta as well, just round the corner. Oh, there's Loretta. So we and we're just going to do some calling out down here in the cellar to see if we can get anything at all. If anything wants to come and see us, wants to come and communicate with us, and then we are down here in the cold and the dark and the dank.
Paraphernalia, like that.
There's a lot of peas in there, love.
And a short course of paranormal paraphernalia. Right,
So
nice and dark.
we have come to this. Well, it's a storage area, isn't it? The storage areas. You can see these Victorian
Food
storage sections.
Yeah.
Lovely big arched vaulted ceilings as well. So we're sitting there, we're stood here in these fantastic places, and I just wonder if there's any kind of spirits or any beings at all, whether they be otherworldly, whether they be alive, dead, whatever they might be, alive, dead, whatever they might be, if they'd like to come forward and make your presence known to us, and that would be greatly appreciated.
If there are any spirits down here with us, please can you move some of the lights or go towards the lights might be able to see. Got lots of green lights and balls and things. If you could move any of them, that would be great.
They won't hurt you, they just will change colour, and some of them might make a noise, but they won't hurt you. Come on, let us hear you, please.
Come and join us.
You don't have to be worried, we're not here to hurt you, or harm you, or move you on, or anything like that. We know this is your territory, and we respect that. We just want to communicate with you, find out a bit more about you. We know you've scared some people down here before. If you want, you can scare us. What can you do to scare us?
If there are any spirits down here with us, can you make us jump or make us move, do something so we know you're here?
Maybe you could touch one of us.
I heard that.
Yes. Down the
Ask
corridor.
again.
Hello, if you heard us, if there's anybody here, please make another noise, that was great.
You're quite welcome to use my energy if you feel the need.
Or mine.
Maybe you could come and touch one of us very gently. Maybe you could create a smell that we can all smell. Maybe you could make some lights which we can all see. Maybe you could affect the temperature, make us go really cold. Maybe you could make one of us jump.
Preferably Mark.
Thanks. I'm getting a bit of a cold draft on the back of my neck, but I don't know if it's because I've got the vent directly behind me.
Can you make Mark go really cold?
I think it's directly behind me, yeah.
That would be worth
There's
it.
a noise again. It sounds like water though.
Out in the corridor.
I wonder if because there is evidence of the
Yeah.
water coming through the ceiling, isn't there?
Yeah, but what you'd hear the noise of water all the time if it's raining, wouldn't you?
That was a good echo.
Yeah, that's grand coffee. Can you make Mark go really cold? Whoa!
Hello.
Move away, please, from that torch.
If you move away, then we know you're with us. Just move away from that light for us.
Move away from the torch. Thank you.
Thank you.
Whoa.
Right, now, you are obviously very clever and you understand. So are you able, please, to go back to the torch, near it or touch it, so it lights up again for us, please? Usually have to give it like 15 seconds. 15. Cool. Go back to it, what you just did a minute ago, and you touch it. And that will light up. And once we know you understand what we're saying, we'll be able to communicate with you perhaps through that as a vessel for communication.
I'd like to ask if you were one of the servants that lived here. Are you moving through, still collecting food to take to the kitchens, then to prepare for your masters? Was that you moving through before?
Whoa. Hello. Thank you.
Right, move away, please. Turn it off.
Turn it off for us again so we know you can hear us. Do you
Well
move-
done, that's very
do you
clever.
move well?
Move away.
Who asked the initial question?
Well, first of all, it just came on randomly by itself. Thank you, well done.
Well done.
Light the torch for me, please. If you understand everything what we're saying, light the torch up brightly for us, please. That means going near it, touching it.
Using your energy to turn it back on.
If you want more energy, take from us. We give you it freely. Take a little piece from each of us. If you understand what we're saying, please light the torch. Well, you've blown it, mate.
Wow.
Wow,
Amazing.
your time was nearly up then. Right, turn it off, please. Well done. Turn it off and
Turn
move
it off
away.
and then I'm going to ask the first question. Alright, so turn it off first, we know you're here.
If you get a response from your question,
Yeah.
keep asking, don't anybody else interfere.
Yeah,
Okay.
turn it off, please. Move away.
Turn it off first, move away.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, my name's Lindsay, nice to meet you. What I'd like to ask, are you male or female? So if you're a female, if you're a girl or a lady, turn the light on. Turn that torch on. If you're a girl or a lady, turn the torch on. If you're not, we will presume you are male. Okay?
We're still going to check if it's a male, because I might not be playing.
So if you're female, girl or a lady, turn the torch on. I'll give you a few seconds, okay?
Just wondering if it was a possibility. I mean, I think one of spirit animals might have been an inquisitive house cat.
Or pet dog or something.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. And the cat ball goes off at the mention of the word cat.
Hmm.
Wow, are you an animal? Hello.
I'd very much like to see that cat ball move.
If you're a pussy cat or a doggy, or a pet, family pet, could you set it off again? If you're an animal and you understand what we're saying, could you move that ball again and make those lights flash again?
Having never tried the torch experiment before, I found it quite interesting. But we finish up and move to a different part of the cellar.
Freaking
Get drips on.
I'm getting attacked by the roots. They clambered, it caught me ear. Awful things. Like something out of our old Hammer House movie.
It is, isn't it?
I mean, look at that coming out the base. It's like almost like veins coming down the side of the air. Brilliant. Very atmospheric.
Make good footage.
Yeah.
Come on, let's hear your footsteps, please. Come on, louder. Let's hear your footsteps, please.
I can hear you moving, I can hear you shuffling. Come towards us. Come closer, I can hear you.
See, now is your ideal opportunity to make us jump. You could pick one of those glasses up,
I
couldn't
need
you,
to
and
move,
smash
I
it?
need to move. I can't stand in this corner.
I'll stay there.
Why?
There's something in that corner.
As well.
There's something in that corner. And it wasn't very pleasant.
If there's anything in this corner, this doorway that wants to make itself known, can you make yourself known to me, please? Right.
Mark, be careful at that corner. That's not right. Whatever it is.
Come on then, let's have you. If you're going to come down these stairs, come on.
I think it's already down the stairs. It was shuffling right next to me.
If you're in this room with us, can you make your presence known at all? I know you might want to feed off our energy.
Well, let us hear you. Make a noise so we know where you are.
Can you tap on this metal railing on this?
What?
Something definitely touched the bottom of my trousers there.
Might be the cat.
Might be.
I hope you enjoyed our investigation of Hinchinbrook House. What a privilege to walk the halls and corridors of something so ancient, where historical figures have walked before me. A splendidly beautiful location to round off the year. Until the next one, folks, I will see you all soon.